In this video, we're going to be going over how to use the Loft tool in Onshape. So the first shape that we're going to do is we are going to be creating a circle. So I'm going to do a sketch on the top face. Let's look at our top face, and I'm just going to draw a circle. I'll make this circle 1 inch, and we'll say OK. I'm going to rotate my circle just a little bit so I can see all 3 planes again. And we're going to be using a new tool today, and we're going to be using the plane tool. So if we click on this, I want to create a new plane on my top face because that's where I drew my circle. And the cool thing, what this plane does is it creates another work plane for you to create another sketch or feature on. And the cool thing is we can actually set the distance in between these 2 planes here. So right here we have it set to 1 inch. We can do 3 inches, sure. And you can see that now this new top plane is 3 inches above our circle. So I can create a new sketch on this new plane number 1. And I'll just draw a couple circles here so that you guys can see what it does. So I will create a 0.5 inch circle directly above our other circle. We can draw another circle out here. We'll just do 0.25 and we'll do another one so you can see. So again, I'm going to rotate this so you can see all 3 dimensions. And we're going to come over to our Loft tool right here. And what Loft does is it allows us to create a feature in between 2 different work planes. So we can actually go down here to our first circle, click on the face of this. And if I go up here to this circle, I can click the face here, and you'll see that it starts to make this cone-looking feature, which is pretty cool. If you do the face to actually the center point of the next circle, it'll actually give it a pointed tip, which is, again, if you need to make that, that would be a great way to do that. Another thing is it doesn't always have to be right over the top. So like how we had the circle here, we can loft from our first circle right here, and we can actually come over to this circle as well, and you'll see how it actually comes out at an angle. So that's another really cool way to get certain features like this. So that is how you loft different circles. Lofting squares are very similar to lofting circles. So again, we can create a sketch on our top face here. I'll look at my top face, and I'm just going to draw a square, so I can do 1 by 1. We'll say finish sketch, and again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to our command plane. I'm going to choose it to be on the top, and we can set this to whatever we want. So if we want this to be 5 inches, we could. That plane's going to be all the way up here now. We can create a sketch on our new top plane 1. And again, I could create a little square right here. We could say, I don't know, 0.25 by 0.25. And let's draw another square over here. We'll say 0.25, 0.25, just so you guys can see the difference of the 2 locations of these squares. So again, if we wanted to loft this shape or create a feature from our 2 planes, we can click on the face of our first square and the face of our second square, and you'll see that this will now loft and come pretty much to a point. Now it kind of looks like a very tall triangle or a pyramid. So again, this is one thing that you can do for the loft. Another thing that you can do is if we go to our loft command, we could choose the face of our first square. We could come over here and for this, just like for the circle, you could choose the center point. You can actually choose one of the outside points instead of the face. We can click on that, and now you can see how even though it's a square, it will come to a point, okay? And you'll have your kind of slanted pyramid-looking style there. So again, very similar from the circles. This is how you would loft different squares.